Hello, welcome back to Superstarglam. Today's video is another nail video. This video is a review on the Azure Beauty Dip. It's a powder starter kit. This was sent to me by the company. They reached out and asked if I wanted to try it out, review it. Once I received it, I did play with it a few times before doing this video, so I kind of have an idea more or less on how I feel about this product. So just because they sent it doesn't mean that I am going to give it a positive review. I'm just giving my honest review on what exactly I think about this product, all the pros and the cons that I experienced, and I will give you my final thoughts at the end. In the meantime, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, then what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click the little button down below and become part of the Superstar Glam Squad family. While you're there, also click the little notification bell. That way you are alerted every time I upload a video. If you're interested in this video and how this little kit works, then go ahead and keep watching. I'm going to show you all the steps that I took to make this starter kit work. So this is what the packaging looks like. It comes in this little box. Also, this is what the back of it looks like, with quick, easy instructions. Inside it comes all nicely packed. I think it's a really good complete kit in my opinion. Comes with all the things that you're gonna need, like the bond, the base, the activator, the top coat, and it also comes with this one. It's a brush saver. I think it either replaces or it cleans out your base brush. And then it comes with 2 files, cuticle oil, which is a neat little item to include, and then also comes with this wooden nail pusher or nail cuticle pusher, and this brush. This is the lightest powder that it comes with. The blue, the one that I use, this is the pink. This is the green, the second one I use, and then this is the red tone. It doesn't have, none of them have names on them. And then it also comes with this pamphlet with the instructions in it, and it tells you every single step-by-step process. So we're going to start with the first step, which is cleaning the nail bed and pushing cuticle. I'm just showing you a quick little clip of me prepping my nails. Once I'm finished cleaning, pushing back the cuticles and filing down my nails, I went ahead and used alcohol, clean them up from any powder residue, and make sure that the nail beds are free of any oil. And then the step 2 says to apply a coat of the bond, which is this one. And I went ahead and applied them to all the nails. Step 3 is to go in with the base. And before that, this is again the selection colors. It does say after that step, after step 3, to go in with step 4, which is a clear powder. And for as much as I was trying to figure that out, which one was the clear powder, I felt like the powder that I had chosen was the closest to the lightest color. But once you open it, you see that it's actually blue tone. So I was a little confused in terms of which one was the clear one. And at this point, I'm thinking that they sent me the wrong kit because all of them were colored. So that's where I decided that since the blue one was kind of like the lightest shade, I just went with that one and replaced the instructions where it said clear with that powder. So here I am, I applied the base, and now I'm dipping my nail into the product, and then I'm just using the brush to clean around the nails. The next step is to apply the base again. you kind of have to be careful and not get it around the cuticle area. So I was trying to be as careful as possible to get as close to the edge as possible. And then I dip it once again, and then I brush and dust off the excess. It does say in instructions to dip it in the powder 3 times, so that's what I ended up doing. And this is the 3rd time that I dip it into the powder. Then the next step is to apply the activator, and this is supposed to make the product or the powder harden. And this is what it looks like. Now I'm just moving on to the next nail, applying the base, and then I'm going to repeat the same process, dipping into the powder 3 times and then applying the activator, and then I will finish the rest of my nails. And it looks really simple, and it is really simple. It's just almost like you were applying different coats of polish. After I've done all my nails, the next step is to file them, smoothing out the nail, making sure there are no ridges or bumps, and also cleaning out the edges. And then I noticed that in this nail, that little section, I kind of filed it off, or there wasn't enough product, so I didn't want it to be bare. So I decided, I didn't know if this was the right thing to do, but all I did was I added some of the base again, and then I decided to re-dip my nail, and then I'll just apply the activator once again, and then go back and file the nail once again. Again, I don't know if this was the correct way of doing this, but this is the way that I felt I could fix this problem. I mean, it didn't end up being a problem after this. I just continued following the next steps. So I went in with my electrical filer, and I decided that I wanted to kind of thin out the edges a little bit more. And then I started noticing something weird, so I wanted to show you on camera how every time I applied heat, it was turning and shifting to a different color. Even at this point, I still couldn't understand why it was shifting to a different color. It wasn't until I had finished it completely that I realized that these were actually mood changing, and it was all based on my hands changing temperature. The next step after filing, and once you are happy with the way your nails look, then you will apply a top coat, and it's going to be step 11 and 12. So you apply your first layer, and then your second. After that coat has dried, then you move on to the second coat. I also didn't mention this, but right after I finished filing, I did go back in with alcohol and removed any of the excess dust that had accumulated. Once I applied the second coat, this is what the nails turned out to look like. And this is the current look on the nails, me using a different color. I used the green one. My hands are pretty warm, so that's why most of the nail bed is that minty color, and then the tips are a little colder, so that's why they have like that ombre look. And then I did go ahead and dip it into cold water just so that you can see the full effect of the color. It turned into that darker green shade. And this was a result of my daughter's nails. We used the pink one that shifts into like a light peach, but her hands were mostly cold, so I tried rubbing them so you can kind of see the color changing. You can kind of see that in the middle portion of it. And then once we dipped her hands in the water, the cold water, they turned into bright pink. Okay, so my final thoughts. What am I looking for? When I've seeked out other kits in the past, all the other videos that I've shared here, what I'm looking for is something that is easy, that even I can use, don't have to be a professional, that it's not time consuming, that doesn't damage my nail or damage my nail that much, that it's long lasting, a product that's thin enough to make my own natural nails grow, and also the last and most important, that it's easy to remove. That's what I'm looking for when I seek or look for these kits. When the company reached out to and asked if they could send it to me, I had no idea what really it was. I assumed that it was similar to what I had previously used, which was the acrylic dip powder. So to be honest, I didn't expect much from this. I just figured I'm just going to give it my true opinion. Most likely it's going to be the same as my previous video, so there wasn't going to be much changes. But if you guys watch my first dip powder video and see all the steps, there's a lot of steps that have been eliminated, and this has been a little bit more simplified, which I love. At the beginning, I was confused. As you saw in the clip, I was not sure what I was getting. I felt that I had gotten the wrong kit based on the instructions. It took a little bit of me trying to figure it out to understand what it is that I had gotten. And once I did realize that it was that I had been sent the color changing ones, I was actually really excited, because if anything, it makes it a little bit more fun to apply these colors and have them shift and just be different. Also, I love that the instructions were really easy to follow along. Everything was super clean, smooth. The layers were already coming out smooth as I was applying each layer. There was no clumpiness, there was no ridges, there was a lot of smooth. So me going and cleaning it up with a file was super easy. Like, it didn't take a long time. All I really worked on was the details around the edges, like the cuticles, trying to perfect those edges and smooth that out. But for the most part, the base was really like effortless. If this was something that you were trying to do and like run out the door, you could probably get away with just like applying it like polish, dipping the colors, and going out the door, because no one would ever know that you just got the acrylic done if you skip the filing process. Another thing that I experienced with this kit alone is the easy way of removing it. I figured out a way that worked for me, and it worked really, really fast. Polygel and gel on its own, it is for me such a drag to get rid of. It just takes forever, and if you're not patient like I am, I was ripping off the layers and ripping my own nails. Like, it was just really, really bad. So the first set I did go ahead and remove. Let me show you what I used. So I'm sure there is like other professional ways, or I'm sure there's kits out there that they sell, but I already had this, so I went ahead and used it. It was already dry. Sephora did have a line at one point, I don't know if they still do, their Formula X, and this was their remover. It said delete all, and it's a 5-finger nail polish remover. Like I said, it is old, so it was already dry. So I did put in 100% pure acetone into this container, and I left my hands in there for 5, 6, 7 minutes, soaking in there. And then I started doing like a little bit of rubbing motions. I did read online that you were going to have to scrape some of the layers, and that you do have to file off the first layer, like the shiny part. and then soak them. So that's what I did. I filed down with just a nail file to take out all the shiny part of it, and then I stuck my hand in it and left it for several minutes. The first time I did it and I started scraping it, it was helping and in removing a few of the layers, but I found it's so much easier using this little item and leaving it for sitting there with in acetone for a few minutes, and then kind of like moving it up and down, like rubbing it, and it actually removed it completely. It wiped it clean. So I'm really happy. I'm really glad that they sent it to me, because that's the only way I was going to try it. I had already given up on me trying to find something that was going to work simple, easy, and make my nails look nice and pretty. So based on everything, I would definitely recommend this kit. Again, has nothing to do with them sending it to me. It all has to do with how it worked. I showed you in the clip, there was no problems. I'm showing you how my nails turned out, and I actually love them. There's nothing that even if they didn't last for a long time, it's just the convenience of how fast everything, all the process worked, from the application, dipping the powder, to the final process. It was really no time at all, and it didn't require so much equipment. Like all the previous times that I had tried it, it was minimal. Literally, like what's included in this kit is really all I needed. Definitely recommend you try it, especially if you're looking for something easy and convenient and fast to use. I would definitely recommend this kit. Let me know down in the comment section if you tried this before, if you love it, if you didn't like it, what you didn't like about it. I'm interested to know. For me, I loved it. I'm gonna probably order the neutral colors because I am a fan. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful for you. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you next time. Bye.